Jemison.
If you don't know who we are, I'm Ava and her name is Taryn. Okay, she's my mom. We're going to tell you what she wants.
And we're reading about her in the Little Leaders, the Bold Women in Black History. Okay, so she was what? The first
Black astronaut.
And she was not only black, she was also what?
A girl.
So the first black girl astronaut. It's a really big deal.
I would be an astronaut when I grow up.
Are you? Okay, you can be whatever you want to be, girl. So, as a child, Mae loved to read, especially books about science and astronomy. Did I tell you what astronomy was? What is that? Astronomy is the study of the stars. Just like Daddy just asked you what star was important with Harriet Tubman. The star that doesn't move, that you have to follow to try to get to safety.
The Star of David?
The North Star. Don't guess. If you don't know, say you don't know. By the time she was in kindergarten, just like you, that's how old you are.
I'm 6.
She knew she wanted to become a scientist. This did not keep her from her passions. She also wanted to be a dancer, just like you just finished dance class, so she also wanted to be a dancer. She studied every type of dance. You study a lot of types of dance. How many different dance classes do you have?
Ballet, hip-hop, jazz.
Yep, so she was a dancer too.
That's what I was doing today. I was doing jazz. If you don't know what jazz is, it's like a kind of ballet.
A little bit. In college, that's like when she gets into like big people school, she double majored. That meant she took extra classes in chemical engineering and African American studies.
They might be kids.
African American studies is what? What do we say African American means? You're black. African American is another way of saying black. Okay. She learned about Dr. Martin Luther King. We talked about him before. She saw his work as a call to action to help people. So when she learned about Dr. Martin Luther King, it made her also want to do good for other people and help other people. So she decided she was going to become a doctor. She joined the Peace Corps in 1983. Daddy, what's the Peace Corps?
Peace Corps is exactly what it sounds like. You go overseas, you volunteer to help people.
So you go overseas and you volunteer to help people. So she went to West Africa. That's another country. Africa is...
way on the other side of the world.
Yes. And she was there for 2 years, and she helped give medical assistance. That means she was a doctor and helped other people to the people that needed it. So after she got back, she saw big changes taking place in NASA. NASA is the people who study outer space. So like scientists, astronauts, like they study the planets and the stars and the skies. So she saw a bunch of stuff changing with NASA. She saw Sally Ride become the first American woman in space. She's the first white woman in space. Mae had always thought of herself in space, but she was hesitant. That meant she didn't know if it was a good idea to pursue that dream. It was seeing the actress Nichelle Nichols play Lieutenant Uhura in the TV show Star Trek. So there's a TV show that's about outer space and people who travel in spaceships and stuff like that in space. So she saw this.
I watched that on the news.
You watched the space shuttle go into outer space. So she saw someone on TV playing an astronaut, and it made her really want to try to get into the space program. That's how you become an astronaut, yeah. So she was inspired by someone else. Just like if you see someone doing something you think they're really good at and you think that seems like a lot of fun, like you want to do it too. And then it makes you think, let me try this. So that's what happened with her. She saw someone on TV and she said, I really want to do this. Let's see if I can.
But if you're really high up, really close to the moon, and not close to Earth, that you cannot go back. You have to keep going. If you're really close to the moon and you really want to turn back, you have to keep going. You're almost there.
I think that might be accurate, maybe. So in 1987, that's 3 years after I was born. So I was 3 years old. I was just 3. So you weren't here. Daddy and we didn't know each other. I was like Zara's age almost.
Zara's 1.
Yeah, but Zara's almost 2. So she became the first Black woman in the astronaut training program. And a few years later, she flew into orbit. That means she finally got to go into outer space. So she was the first African American or the first Black woman in space. So it was a really big deal that she was Black and that she was a woman, because remember before we learned about with like Ruby Bridges and Harriet Tubman that they separated Blacks and whites. So before, a Black person, especially not a Black woman, wouldn't have been able to go to space, right?
Why?
Because they didn't think that that was the right way to do things. They thought only white people should go. So Mae still wanted to have a direct impact on people. So she left NASA, that's the space program that she was in, and created her own company, the Jemison Group. This researches ways technology can help people in their daily life. So it studies like technology is like computers, like electronics, like things we plug in.
Electricity.
Yeah, things like
She's
that.
like, Daddy's using electricity.
Daddy's using the Instant Pot, so that's kind of like technology, but I think it's more, she studied more like computers.
The stove, I mean.
No, that's not the stove. So she also started the Dorothy Jemison Foundation for Excellence in 1994, and she launched a science camp. That's where you go and you like learn about things, is at camp, a science camp, and it's called The Earth We Share, and it was a kids program, a kids space program. So, what did you learn about Mae Jemison?
There could only white people could only go to moon.
At first, that's how it was, but then eventually, she could go, and so she was what?
Black.
So she was the first Black woman.
That was an astronaut that went to space.
Good job.
Did you really like our things? We even have a shorter book. If you want to buy this, it tells you all about the program.
So this one's a shorter book, but it's the same kind of book, but shorter, less words.
Yeah, it's like the same kind of book. It has the same pictures. It just takes longer because there's a lot more pages.
So this one is the one that takes longer. So like it's the same kind of thing, but this one has way more words.
Yeah, that's why it takes longer. And this is the one that we just learned about, and we still have to learn about all of these. If you want to buy it, tell them where you can buy it.
Target, Amazon, probably Barnes and Noble, lots of places. Just Google it. Okay, so we're gonna make a craft now.
Yeah, we're gonna show you how to make a craft. It's really fun.
So today we're gonna make you into an astronaut.
So you're gonna have to have a paper plate with a circle in the middle and a picture of you. This is me.
And some fun stickers to decorate your astronaut helmet with.
And you need like
And this is just so we can draw a picture of what Ava thinks of when she thinks of Dr. Mae Jemison and what she did. So she's going to draw a fun picture on that and maybe write a little something about it. But for now, she's going to make herself into an astronaut.
You need a paper plate, a half paper plate. This part is supposed to be half, but if you don't want it to be, you can just cut that part off. But just don't cut the outside. Just don't. Because then you need a picture of yourself that's a circle. And then you need some glue. And then you could use some little stickers. And then, what's this, Mama?
This says Captain Ava. That is your, kind of like your astronaut name, maybe, just for protection.
My name is, if you don't know who we are, my name is Ava. Her name is Karen. She's my mom. Let's get started, Mama.
Okay, so first you want to add some glue, and I want you to just put it around the edge right here, and then right here along this line.
I'm doing a straight line. If you don't want to, you can just do dots across. If you feel like that's too much, And
then you gotta put glue here.
And then you have to put some glue right on the outside.
Not too much though.
But not too much. I'm just trying to show the kids at home. Like that.
Okay.
Okay. Then you need your picture.
Then you put it face down on the glue.
And then you put it face down like this.
So that your face will show through the hole.
Yeah, like, Mommy.
And then you can scoot it up a little bit.
Like that, and you press it down. And then
make sure the edges are touching the glue so it like sticks down.
Okay, and then let me show you what mine looks like. Mine looks like this. Hello!
So we have your picture in your astronaut helmet. So you want to turn it over and add a little bit of glue to your, because we didn't make them into stickers. We just printed them.
Yeah,
so,
now you just add a little bit of glue. Kind of like some dots. But don't add too much. But if you do add too much, that's okay. You can either like wipe some of it off with a napkin, and then when you're done putting it on this, and then you stick it right up here, right, Mama?
Yep, you stick it anywhere you want to decorate your astronaut helmet.
But make sure that you have room for this.
You could put your name on the bottom, maybe. Under.
Yeah, you can put it when we'll get to this part. We'll get to this part. We're going to glue it right here. But don't do it yet. Not until we're done. And then you take your other sticker. If you want more than us, we're just adding 2. If you want more than us, you can go get more.
Yep, you can just print them off, or you can get some stickers.
Yeah, or if you don't even have to print them, we printed them, so we're using glue to stick them on. This is how mine looks. Mama.
So that's how hers looks now.
Okay.
That's how Ava's looks now.
Yeah, and then we're going to stick, and then you get your name tag, and then you stick it right on here. And if you don't know what to write, you write, tell them what to write.
Well, they can make their own choice, but hers says Captain Ava.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could just put Ava or whatever your name is.
Yeah, you can even do what I did, Captain Ava. And then you can write your name instead of Ava because it's your name. And if it's the same, you just write Ava. And then you put some
little glue, just a little.
And then if it's a sticker, then you just peel it off.
Don't put it on your face though. You don't want to cover up your picture.
And then this is how mine looks.
So now we're all done with the astronaut craft.
And if you have any questions, just push the red subscribe button. Mommy!
Okay, so I think that's all for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for Black History Storytime with the Tates.
We'll do another video tomorrow. Bye!